where the youth feel comfortable. You have to create a space that is safe for the youth. And in this regard, I always try to remember the hadith that's found in Sahih Muslim, and there's different variants of this hadith. أن شابا فتى أتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال يا رسول الله أذنني في الزنا. That a young man, why do they say young man? Shab and feta are two different ways to describe someone who's young. So we know he's a young person. And shaban feta, يعني a young person who's a young person came to the Prophet ﷺ and said what? أذنني في zina, give me permission to fornicate. Yes. You coming to talk to who? In front of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. And he felt safe enough, think about this, he felt safe enough to come say to the Prophet, in front of people. And we know it was in front of people because the hadith continues, فَأَقْبَلَ الْقَوْمُ وَزَجَّرُوهُ وَقَالُوا مَا. The people turned to the young man and said, stop, be quiet. Yeah, you're talking to the Prophet ﷺ. So he felt safe enough to what? Say to the Prophet ﷺ, أَذِنِّي فِي zina. And the people said what? Ma, stop, you can't talk like that. What did the Prophet ﷺ say? Come here. That right there, that's the whole thing. Come close. Who's he saying come close to? Somebody who's already in the majlis? Somebody who's already a serious student? Somebody who's already at a high standard? He's saying this to a young man who is coming and admitting out the gate that he has issues and saying what? أَذِنِّي فِي zina. And then what does he do? Alaka do you have a mother? He asked a question. قال نعم يا رسول الله جعلني الله فداك. He said, yes, O Messenger of Allah, may Allah make me your ransom. أتحبه لأمك? Would you like that for your mother? No. وَالنَّاسُ يُحِبُّونَهُ لِأُمَّهَاتِهِمْ. People don't like it for their mothers. أَلَكَ بِنْت? Another question. Do you have a daughter? Yes, O Messenger of Allah, may Allah make me your ransom. And when he says, may Allah make me your ransom, we know that this is a proof that while the Prophet's asking him a question, there's still a feeling of love with him. When the Arabs say, جَعَلَنِي اللَّهُ فِدَاكَ, may Allah make me your ransom, like in America we would say, man, I would take a bullet for you, man. Nasser. Right? If you say it like, may Allah make me your ransom, like, man, I would die for you, man. So do you have a mother? Yes, I would die for you. That's like, to get beyond the stuff of translation and to feel the spirit of what he's saying. Do you have a daughter? Yes, I would die for you, Ya Rasulullah. I have a daughter. Would you like it for your daughter? No. People don't like it for their daughters. Do you have a sister? Now some of you, as you're hearing me say this hadith, you're thinking, we already heard that one. It's too long. Can you give us 140 characters or less? Tweetable version. And this is part of the problem. Because we can't even listen to one another. Let alone if a young person comes to us, you say, Akhi, can you just spit it out? Yeah, you need to text me your problem. We can't even listen to the hadith, let alone listen to a young man. And the Prophet says, do you have a mother? Do you have a daughter? Do you have a sister? Yes, O Messenger of Allah, may Allah make me a ransom. أَتُحِبُّهُ لِأُخْتِكَ? Would you like that for your sister? No. People don't like it for their sisters. Do you have an auntie? Yes. May Allah make me a ransom. Would you like that for your auntie? No. People don't like it for their aunties. Do you have a maternal aunt? Amma wa khala. He didn't just ask about one aunt. He took the time to specify. Mother's brother, mother's sister, brother's sister. Would you like that for your maternal? No, people don't like it for their maternal aunts. At no point in the hadith does he say, Inni Rasulullah wa qad haram Allahu zina. I'm the messenger of Allah and Allah has prohibited zina. Why? Because he already knows that the boy knows that it's haram, but he wants to have a conversation with him about what? Something that he's challenged with. He asks a series of questions. فَوَضَعَ يَدُهُ عَلَيْهِ. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam put his hand on the young man, which is another sign of what? Love. فَوَضَعَ يَدُهُ عَلَيْهِ. He put his hand on him. And he said, Allahumma ghfir dhanbahu. Allah forgive his sin. وَطَهِرْ قَلْبَهُ, and purify his heart and protect his privates. فَلَمْ يَكُنِ الْفَتَى يَلْتَفِتُ إِلَى شَيْءٍ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ. So the young man, he never inclined towards zina after that. He didn't even incline toward it after that. So what you find here, and you could look at the subtleties of this hadith till Fajr, or maybe till tomorrow evening. But what you find here is that there's a process that happens that begins with the Prophet asking the boy a question. If the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, مَا يَنْتِقْ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ, he does not speak from caprice. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ, it is but a revelation being revealed. If the Messenger of Allah, who is the mouthpiece of revelation, begins conversations with young people with the question, what about me and what about you? No, mashallah, I'm the president of an organization, I know. No, mashallah, I studied this book and studied that book, I know. Mashallah, I grew up in a very religious family, and? So who told you you know? Seriously. We assume that we know, and this is part of the problem. We assume that we know what's going on with young people, and we have no idea. We have no idea.